we got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect, and we watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
And the Thunder is the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they'd like that streak to end tonight here.
Kevin, in recent games, their luck has been all bad and tough, and that could very well...
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. There's the pick. Williams kicks to McGee. No good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there.
Matthews against Waiters.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
McGee sets the pick for Matthews. 5 on the clock. It's Freak, top of the key. Fires at the elbow. No good off the front iron.
And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunks so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting him.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Doris?
Kevin, he said the one thing they were able to do very well in their first 2 meetings was keep the defense guessing. He told me, we like to show them different looks down the court each time we see them, and they can never get set up. It's a big part of the 2 wins we have against them. Let's see if they can make it.
The Mavericks trailing. So for Oklahoma City right now, the rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Roberson is out there with Payne, and it's Durant in at the small forward position. Here's Payne. His last outing, he had 8 points. He kicks to Ibaka. Here's Roberson. Ibaka with the screen on Parsons. The 3. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by Durant. 6 points for Serge Ibaka. Maverick shooting at ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Cantor with the screen on Felton. Durant wide open. He fires. The shot's good from Cantor. And the Thunder lead by 4.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
There's a screen by Williams. Here's Freak. The Thunder pull it in.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Left side, Williams. Clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Freak. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's right.
It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Mavericks trail by 7. They set the screen. It's Williams with the drive. And that one's good. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
You know, steadying themselves. After a tough start, they're back on track.
Kicks to Freak. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
And we're through the first half of basketball.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. And, Coach, what?
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Payne's checked in. Mavericks trail by 3. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Felton is out there with Matthews. And it's Freak in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Wolves put together a nice one. He had 9 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Thunder with the lead. And for Raymond Felton, last year was nothing short of a disaster. Missed the first 31 games with an ankle injury sustained in preseason. and he played for a poor team. And things, you know, Greg, as being the leader, the ball handler like you were, they just never got much better for Felton as the season went on.
Yeah, the problem when you have that issue early on, the season isn't going to wait for you.
Right.
You know, you're basically in catch-up mode, and so because of that, he never got into any kind of a rhythm when he was available to play. And that's not surprising, given that he averaged less than 10 minutes a game for the season after averaging 33 a game for his entire career.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. JaVale McGee's checked in for Nowitzki. Williams comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Raymond Felton. Then for the Thunder, Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Allison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Waiters in for Roberson.
You know, getting back to Raymond Felton, it looked at one point like he would become the league's next great playmaker, drafted 5th overall in 2005, immediately after Darren Williams and Chris Paul. Felton never quite reached the stratosphere of his fellow draft mates.
For the lead, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And one last thought about Raymond Felton. I really feel like he's at that classic crossroads in one's career. If his conditioning is there, if he's healthy, he still has the skills and the moxie to make a difference. It just comes down to him wanting to make that effort, which gets harder after a decade of wear and tear on your body.
Payne passes to Adams. Pass to Durant. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, the great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now. And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard...
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Freak comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Anderson in for Chandler Parsons. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter comes in for Nick Collison. And it's Andre Robertson in for Waiters. Taking a look at the Thunder, Kanter is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And he uses the glass on the layup. Durant's got 26.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Oklahoma City.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And this will make it 21 victories for them on the year.
Just breaking the spirit of their opponent 3 straight times this year. This win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with only 1 game left to go on the season against the Mavericks.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kevin Durant. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City, Collison comes in for Adams, and it's Payne in for Russell Westbrook. Durant dishes to Kanter, and stolen by Freak. That's good from Williams on the assist by Freak.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Excellent D from Kanter.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A floater. That is good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Payne. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exact.
We got to forget about that one.